weak and the vulnerable. They protect them. Those who truly love God not only embrace his promises, but also their obligations to love the Lord and to love their neighbors. Then Micah finished with more dramatic irony or sarcasm. He confronted their hypocrisy. In verse 10, he says, "Arise and go, for this is no place to rest because of uncleanness that destroys with a grievous destruction." Now, when he says here, "arise and go," it could literally be translated as "get up and go out." It suggested that Micah here was quoting the land grabbers when they used that line on their victims. "Get out of this place, it's mine now." And so here he's turning that on them. He's turning the line on these land grabbers. He by their destructive practices and sins, so that no one could find rest anymore. That the promised land was supposed to be a place of rest for God's people, not a place of strife and turmoil. Then Micah told them what kind of prophets they really wanted. They didn't want to hear about God's promises and blessing. What they really wanted were prophets who gave them permission to celebrate their sin. We see that in verse 11. It says, "If a man should go about and utter wind and lies, saying, 'I will preach to you of wine and strong drink,' he would be the preacher for this people." Basically, he's calling the false prophets windbags, full of wind and lies. They utter wind and lies, and they're bags of hot air. There's no truth in them. All they were doing was enabling the rich to continue in their sins or God's judgment. So Micah declared God's judgment against these leaders, prophets, and the powerful. They were exploiting the people for their own gain, stealing their land, their inheritance,